Mindset motivation, a quick point. Did you know that golf is the second most complicated sporting movement that you can undertake? The second most. When I heard this from a doctor that I teach, I said, not possible, it must be the most difficult, it has to be. He said, no, it isn't. I said, enlighten me to what is. He said, pole vaulting. I've never met anyone that pole vaults, ever. At my kids' athletics carnival, they do not do pole vaulting, just like they don't do hammer throw. But I meet lots of people, because I teach golf, who play golf. Mindset motivation today is about perspective. So let's take that pole vaulter. That pole vaulter, let's say they are in the Olympics and they jump their world record best or just their personal best. They don't question every time they pole vault each day why they can't achieve their very best. I meet golfers every day that are questioning and wondering and asking me why can't I replicate my best shots continually? So just like that pole vaulter who might jump 5 or 6 meters as their best, they're not wondering why every day they can't jump their absolute personal best. They're realizing that they're trying to move a certain way and to go through a process that allows them to potentially beat that in the future, but more replicate a dispersion away from it. As an example, if they can jump 6 meters, they want to be working through a process where every day they can jump within, let's say, a 10% dispersion of that. Knowing that they probably won't be able to get their personal best today, but they're going through a process that allows them to potentially achieve that. Golfers are wondering why I can't hit my best shot every time. Now, in pole vault, you have one pole. In golf, you have 13 poles. You have a different scenario every single time. With those poles, you have to do different things. So I said to that doctor, even though pole vaulting might be a more complicated sporting movement, and golf is second, pole vaulting, you pole vault with one pole. Golf, you do not. You have 13 poles. You have a variable situation every time, you have space in between, you have emotional attachment, you have a dispersion pattern that can be very wide to make you think that you've lost what you had. There's lots of things that golf offers that pole vaulting doesn't, which in my opinion makes golf more challenging sporting movement than pole vaulting. So back to the concept of the video today, perspective. So as a golfer, do not question or ask yourself why you cannot replicate your best every time. Acknowledge what your best is and look for a dispersion pattern. I call it an acceptable dispersion away from that best shot. So if I gave you an example, if my best 7-iron is 150 meters on target with a little draw or a little fade, your choice, I'm looking to have a dispersion pattern that is within 10% of that distance. So 135 left and right and 135 short. So 15 meters left and right and short. You want to have a swing sequence that you go through, that you're training, a bit like lifting a weight. You have a way you move it. And the better you swing and the better you synchronize that sequence, the narrower the dispersion becomes. So as the dispersion becomes narrower, the bad shot you hit becomes closer to the target. But you're not asking yourself, why am I not hitting my best shot every time? Because if you are, you're in a space of denial and you're in a space of confusion. And you cannot play your best or be your best in those states of mind. So golfers who are saying to me, why can't I replicate that great 7-iron I can hit every single time? You cannot achieve your best if that is the way you're talking to yourself, that's the way you're thinking, because you're in a negative mindset based on incorrect perception. We're looking to acknowledge what our best is, let's say 7-iron 150. We're looking to go through a process to replicate that as often as possible and to get a dispersion within 10%, in my opinion, of that shot. As we improve the sequencing, and we improve our process. So I have a swing sequence process that has 8 steps. So as you improve that swing sequence process, you then narrow that dispersion, and the goal would be to minimize one side of the course and to minimize one orientation for mishit contact wise. So let's say I've taken away hooks and pulls to the left and I only hit good shots or pushes, and I've taken away digging and I only hit the ball well off in it. And that's how you become a better golfer. So perspective is, your baseline is not your best shot. Your best shot is not your baseline. Acknowledge what your best shot is. So that could be a driver that's 205 meters, let's say, and you're looking to get, every time you hit, within a dispersion of 10% of that. I consider that to be acceptable dispersion. If you hit outside acceptable dispersion, you want to, after shot, number 7, after shot analysis, understand why. Was it my decision making? Was it my behind ball calmness? What was the reason why I hit a ball outside acceptable dispersion? Note that down and go and practice it. But at the end of the day, you're not saying how many great shots did I hit. You're asking yourself, how many shots with inside acceptable dispersion did I hit? and how many shots outside acceptable dispersion did I hit. If you're in that state of mind, you're in a winning state of mind, then you're giving yourself a chance. There is always hope. Each time you swing, there's another opportunity, and that's the place where best performance lies. Hope that helps. Looking forward to getting some feedback and some comments. If you'd like any more information, message me directly. I'd love you to go to my YouTube channel if you could, which is Momentum Golf, and there's lots of great videos there that help you understand how I teach and what I do. Have a great day, and look forward to hearing feedback from today's video.